this issue. We generally expect states to abandon or at least modify strategies that don't work. And we certainly expect them to get rid of strategies that imperil the very viability of the state itself. Yet Pakistan doesn't do this. And this is something that had been quite curious to me for quite some time. So I've been working on this book, collecting data for decades, and I'll talk to literally decades. So I'll talk to you in a few minutes about the data. So what I find at the end of this is that not only has Pakistan not even remotely considered abandoning its revisionism, in recent decades, its revisionism has actually expanded. It's not just about Kashmir anymore. So in other words, if the border ferry came down and said, here's a territorial dispensation that you can both live with, go forth and prosper, Pakistan would still be a menace. And the reason for that is that Pakistan is ideologically opposed to India, that Pakistan's concerns with India are not strictly speaking or even mostly security driven. And what Pakistan mostly sees itself trying to do is retard India's rise. So when I talk about some of the data sources that I'm going to use in this book, mostly I'm using Pakistan's own military journals. And they will say things like, even after the 1971 war, we were not defeated because we lost half of our country to a much larger military, and yet we're the only one in South Asia that can challenge India's rise. We're the only ones that can resist India's hegemony. So not only does Pakistan have territorial issues with India over Kashmir, which I'm going to argue are ideological, not security-driven, what Pakistan really wants to do is assert its equality with India. And this is, of course, a preposterous thing for Pakistan to do. So the